Hey, that's you.
Mm-hmm. Tis. Hello and welcome. I am so thrilled to have two of the stars and the producer of the fabulous restaging of the wonderful program called The Stops at the Bartels Theater, presented by Madison's newest fabulous production company, Oh My Stars Productions. Please welcome Bob Moore and the lovely and talented Scott Bennett. Thank you, boys, for coming today.
Thank you.
I know you have a show this evening.
We do.
And you have a matinee tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And then you have 3 more shows next weekend. You have 5 total.
Yep, half done.
And things are going well so far?
Very well. I'm very happy with the response of everyone so far. It's been very positive.
The audiences are just delightful.
Yeah.
Good. That's really important for that show because you have a lot of audience participation with it, right?
Some, yeah. We don't want to scare anyone off, but
well,
yeah.
no, but you don't drag people up
bit.
on stage and do awful things to them. Like,
No.
No, only half of that.
But you have like a raffle.
Yes. We have a fabulous white elephant prize in intermission.
That. And of course, the third member of your party, who isn't here today because she's probably sleeping, and she doesn't get up until the crack of sunset. Donovan Moen is the third of the stops, correct?
Yes. Donovan plays Ginny Dooley.
And you and Bob were in the original show 15 years ago?
Yeah, 15 years.
And this is Donovan's first shot at it, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So talk to me a little bit about the show itself, since you're a returning characteress.
Yes, love to. So yeah, the premises is there are 3 ladies of NALOG, the North American Lady Organists Guild, and we travel around the U.S. and Canada, spreading the love of organ music and our favorite composer, Dale Meadows.
And soon, U.S. and Canada will be all one, right?
Right.
In the next 4 years, there will be. It'll all be the United States of bullshit.
Anyway, back to our musical
Segue,
mission.
yes.
Now he's quoting lines.
Yes, exactly.
So we're spreading the thing is that the ladies of NALOG are traveling the country because their composer has been fired for being gay, and they are raising money for his legal defense fund, and they're also spreading the love of understanding and coming together despite your differences, and really just using love and loving each other to overcome any obstacles and differences that you may have. And I think that's a really good message for right now.
Oh, indeed. Mm-hmm. And it's also a musical, in musical direction by the ever lovely and talented, mega talented Lizzie Ann Holler.
We're very grateful to have Lizzie, and she has really, I would say co-directed the show with me. I stage directed it and helped choreograph, and then she music directed. So, and she's also on stage playing live with us. We have dubbed her Sister Peaches.
Sister Peaches.
She's got her Catholic wimple on, and she's playing live for us. So there are many songs and written by Dale Meadows, but actually the playwright is Eric Lane Barnes.
And these are all original songs, right? These are written specifically for this show, so it's not like you're taking other hymns and things and just redoing the lyrics, right?
Nope. There are some that resemble other songs. There might be something that resembles a certain Cher song in there, But
baby, I'm talking about Cher.
Oh, that's you'll know it when you hear it.
Yeah. And a few hymns that you'll kind of recognize as well.
Mm-hmm.
So are you actually like you're raising funds by supposedly selling things out there? Is there a raffle and things like that, or is it just the presentation of doing the show?
Yeah. Well, the raffle comes free with your ticket to the show.
Okay.
You're not buying extra, even though we are a brand new theater company. So I do have a donation box and an explanation of how you can, help get us going with PayPal or Venmo also, and because ticket sales, as we all know, don't do it alone.
Right.
But we're doing pretty well.
Yeah, I was just having this discussion with Jim and how I've never seen a show at the Bartel like they do at Broome Street, where they actually have the box and they pass the hat around. They say, if you have this goes towards the company or go towards the actors. And I was wondering, is that a policy that the Bartel doesn't have and allow that, or just that companies haven't really taken advantage of that?
I think they just haven't.
So, right, there's, I was with Madison Theater Guild for a while, and that was the discussion we had. And kind of what it came down to is we talked with the other companies, and we wanted to kind of present more of a unified policy about it. so that people weren't necessarily jumping from company to company just because they were going to get paid, which was part of it,
okay.
and also a sense of fairness. And MTG was, at the time, adopting a policy of, we need to make X in order to cover our costs, maintain the firehouse, and then what was left over, we were going to help share among the folks. Just because it does cost a lot to park downtown, and among other things. And it's also something nice we'd like to do. The idea of completely volunteer theater appears to be not as alive and well in Madison as it used to be. And
well, and it grows, growing pains of Madison. It's a big city now. You know, and there's so many choices of things to do. Yet the venues just seem to not be, as we all know, hard to come by. So when you find a place like the Bartel, and you have new companies that are looking for a space to become either a participating company, you want to make sure that they can thrive. And you can't do it on ticket sales unless you charge overture prices, and that's not feasible.
Right. I mean, there's grant writing, and one of my just to bring that back a little bit, one of my goals, having been on the boards of several of the Madison local theaters for many years, I had always felt that was a thing that we could do and we should do, but maybe sometimes can't do, and people understand. So my goal with Oh My Stars Productions is to kind of keep production costs low, to do things that people maybe don't see that often. Our whole motto on our website is a little bit longer, but to shorten it, it does. Basically, we are to preserve the art of camp and drag in scripted theatrical productions. And I thought that filled a niche in the area that wasn't necessarily, I mean, sometimes being done, but not always. But it's the kind of thing that I love to do, and it always brings me joy and comedy, and I have fun doing it. And after seeing companies in Chicago and Milwaukee do that 100%,
right.
like that's all they do, I came back here and I'm like, I want to see that all the time. Somebody should do that. And then I'm like, I will do that.
And you started with a fantastic show.
Truly.
I mean, this is just a truly delightful show. You come in, regardless of what your expectations are, pretty much everybody comes out just feeling warm and happy because that's the type of show. You don't have to pay attention. It's not a Brecht show. It's not a whatever. You can just come in, have a good time. And you had talked about audience reactions. We play to and with the audience. You're not sitting there just in a static environment. And again, it's not invasive. It's not intrusive. It's to help you get a good laugh because we are there to bring you joy.
Yeah. And it's also a great setting because the Abbey was a much more intimate theater. So people feel like they're really involved with the actors and with on the stage because it's not like it's a proscenium like the Drury where you think, well, the play's happening over there.
Yeah, the types of plays that I enjoy are the ones that really engage the audience and allow them to even talk back, and we might improv with them a little bit if they're talking or reacting or answering a question that we throw out there or something. And both Bob and Donovan and I, the three of us, are pretty good at navigating that and keeping it going. So it's
makes it fun for us.
It is.
Too.
It is. My eventual goal, and we'll see if I get there. I don't know, but my eventual goal is to make the money back that I spend, have a little bit maybe in the bank account of the company, and then split whatever we make with all of the artists that work on the show. And I've always felt that that's something that I wanted to strive for because, like Bob said, it is a little bit harder to get people out of the house now after the pandemic. They've found that they enjoy their time not doing things, and I have kind of reignited my own passion towards doing more theater. So watch for what's to come.
It is great being back on stage again. And this one, we had so much fun in 2009. And coming back and having all that knowledge and time to think about the roles, being able to bring even more to it.
So what's it like revisiting it? Did it all come back to you like, oh my gosh, this is like old, this is like putting on an old dress?
In a way, like some of the music was already in there. In fact, a lot of the songs were going through a rehearsal process, and it's like the words are there, and then a bunch of the lines were there. And then I'm finding how the script connects more than I did the first time. There are some things in the beginning that we're pulling through to the end that before I didn't quite catch, but I think it helps.
I think with time and maturity, we've...
maturity? Really? Us?
Really, what's that?
With time and aging, we have with more life experiences, you have more to bring. It's just a fact. And back then, I know exactly what you mean. Like, we'll be connecting about something, and there's a part where we fight. Spoiler. There's a part where Rose and Euglena, my character, she's a ex-Catholic Unitarian Jewess, and I am a Nazarene from Branson, Missouri. Yeah, we worked it out. We worked out our fundamental differences, and but there was a point where we, it's kind of snaps. But then that message of love again, we bring it back and have a little song about it.
Yeah, we have our kumbaya moment.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
So what was it like? Because Donovan actually came into this late, right? Didn't he actually replace the first person you cast?
Yeah.
So was that something you had to like nurture for him to get into speed, because you already had a connection of having done it previously?
Well, no, Donovan was with me in the beginning. Bob came late.
So in 2009,
that's okay.
that was
okay.
Bruce Wheeler as Ginny.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. But so the part is different, but it.
Yeah.
So Bob's playing. No,
I'm still Rose.
you're still playing Rose, when you played before.
Yeah.
But Donovan is playing the character that wasn't with the
Ginny,
original two.
right?
But
And originally,
he was in it from the very.
no, the wonderful Bruce Wheeler. If you're watching, we love you, Bruce. Could not join us this time, and I did extend the part to him if he had wanted it, because even my partner and everyone expressed how much they loved him in the role. But Donovan's made it his own, and he's really funny, and wow, the audience loves him. They just love their
You
Ginny.
don't put Donovan to dress what's not to love. There isn't a show that I would ever do in this town, nor have I done in this town, that I haven't put Donovan in
And
the dress.
the character might be drinking a little bit during the show too, and I think that's one of her flaws. But we forgive her.
A little bit. But yeah, I know, like in 2009, Rose, that was my very first lead role in this town.
Wow, really?
Yeah. And I was scared crapless being out there having to sing, because I did not do musical theater. Scott and Bruce, they did musical theater. Bruce was professional. He did all that. So I'm in here not knowing how to dance, singing in choruses only, and acting. Well, I was still newer to it, and it was a bit terrifying in the beginning.
In heels.
In heels.
In heels.
I noticed you were wearing sensible shoes in this time around with the pantsuit, though. That wasn't in the original time,
no.
right? No?
I have two different sets of shoes. The first one has a nice 3 to 4. The second one are sensible, but only because the really luscious, sexy red ones I had with the 4-inch heel burst open, and so.
Oh no!
I have wide feet, okay?
I think that was during the number of the Bossa Nova for Jehovah. I think he was doing
yes.
Or the cha-cha for Yahweh, was that?
That's good. The cha-cha heels went.
He broke his cha-cha heels.
So let's go back a little bit. So what you were saying, there are other companies that perform this, like mostly in like Milwaukee, that we refer to. What was the aha moment when you said, okay, I am now going to do this?
So so my partner and I would go to places like, and shout out to Helena Handbag in Chicago. Love them, and there's performers like Ruthie Dear Ruthie in Milwaukee, doing the Golden Girls and stuff like that, and Helena Handbag does that too. We'd travel and make it a weekend and go and see these shows, and then come back to Madison and be like, well, occasionally I get to do one of these shows. God, I really wish, and this germinated over the course of a couple of years. I had developed a character, a drag character named Taffeta Darling. Oh, I think you helped me develop that name, actually.
I think so,
from young,
as I recall.
If you're familiar with Young Frankenstein, Taffeta Darling. And that was during Dirty Little Show Tunes. And so it's been over the process of some years that I've kind of like, I really wish that there was a company that only devoted things to this kind of funny drag and campy kind of performance 100%. And really just literally one day I'm having my coffee or doing whatever, and I went, oh, I will do that. Why not?
And was the Stops your first choice to do as your opening production?
It was, because it holds a very special place in my heart. It was the last show that my mother saw before she passed as well, and I look a lot like her. in the dress and wig. I sure do. Oh boy,
We both do.
We look like our mothers. And
Every gay boy's dream.
And then nightmare.
I dedoubted myself.
we just eventually turn into them. And this was our favorite color, also, I believe. But and not only that, but the characters were so special to me at the time. And I just sometimes you do a show and you can just let go of it, and then sometimes you do a show and it just stays with you forever. I've been singing these songs for 15 years, and so I did a couple of co-productions. I directed Torch Song for Stage Q, and I co-producted as Oh My Stars Productions, and I did the set for that as well. And then I co-produced the Mystery of Irma Vep with Strollers, and I acted in that one as well. And those were just co-productions, kind of dip my toes in it a little bit, kind of get in there. And then I shopped around the stops to a bunch of places, but everybody was already fill up on their seasons. So I'm like, and that was the impetus to go, oh, okay, here's the one where I just do it myself. And this is a special show to me, so I'm glad it's going well.
Excellent. So, Mr. Moore, so when was the last show that you were on stage for? Was it Casa?
Ooh, that may be. Because
So, no, yeah,
around
'cause didn't-
2018 or 19.
Yeah, because you
last time I
went
was
to
really
work
on
as like building and setting and producing and everything.
Administrating
Call
and-
Bob if you have anything to do. Call Bob Moore. Call Bob Moore.
Yeah,
Call Bob Moore.
exactly.
But I think that was the last thing I can remember of you being on stage for.
I think I'm pretty sure you're right. And in a dress again. But no, I took some time off from that because theater needs administrators, and theater needs people behind the scenes in order to get things done. And that was a role I could fill. So that's what I did. But when this one here was like, I'm thinking of doing the stops. Yes.
I remember at a certain dinner we were all at together when that very subject came up.
I believe you were actually there,
No,
weren't
I
you?
believe.
Dear friend, our Kelly, our friend Kelly from
Yep.
Florida, she was visiting, and luckily we were all there at the dinner. So didn't I ask you originally, and you're like, no, I can't. And,
Well, it's because of the summer and family things.
But you also had different dates originally, right?
I did.
Did this get
I did.
postponed?
It got postponed because, the rehearsal period would have been really short, and I was trying to squeeze it in as a renter at the Bartell, and that didn't have really enough time. And then we ended up losing a person, and then I was like, okay, well, we'll move it to a place where I can let it breathe and have enough rehearsal period to, thankfully, get all these songs rehearsed and get another person in, and it's worked out very well.
What are there, 20, 21 songs, something like that?
Wow.
We cut one too.
You cut one. Oh, shh.
Don't listen.
Sorry,
to Eric.
Eric. Eric, don't worry.
But it was Eugleena's song, so.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, the director sacrificed a song of their character for the play.
How selfless.
I know, right?
I'm touched here. Right here.
We're all a little touched. We're all a little touched. According to some of the people online, I am anyway. But
So, if you had an unlimited budget and you had the venue of your dreams, I'll give you where I'm going with this. What would you like to see Oh My Stars produce?
well, if I win the lottery,
Yes.
I've thought of this.
Yes,
Everyone's
okay.
thought of this, right? I would build my own space that had several theaters in it, like the Bartell. I would employ people to work there. I would employ actors and designers and technicians. That's like a dream, and I would continue producing shows in that vein, more shows by Charles Ludlam, more shows that are featured by I would love to redo certain shows like Die Mommy Die.
Charles Bush, we love him.
And
too.
we love Charles Bush. We love Charles Bush. I would do an entire season of Charles
I
Bush.
would love that, boy. I'd
And
be on board
I would
for
ask
that.
Charles Bush to come and do his cabaret act.
Yes.
Mike,
you know,
do you know how we might get
I think
Well,
I think you're friends with
stipulation was
him.
there cannot be 5 feet of snow at one of the coldest days of the year, because he will never come back on February 14th.
Was that the cabaret?
That was the
did?
cabaret
Oh.
show. We were doing Psycho Beach Party.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Oh.
Yes, Charles, I'll keep my promise to you. You can come back when it's nice and warm.
Well, you did sign my DVD copy of Die Mommy Die, so I'm very happy. Thank you for that.
And I'll be your sound engineer again. I know that was important.
Yeah, there are quite many shows that Dear Charles has done that I would love to see produced.
And developing local playwrights as well with some work that could be workshopped is interesting to me. So that's like down the line. My partner is Landon Peterson, is a really great interior designer. He designed and built this set that we're using. He has designed and built many sets.
He has done many beautiful sets.
He's managed to get
Casa.
Yeah, Casa Valentina. He managed to get the entire mousetrap giant mansion downstairs in the small theater.
Oh, right.
And he also has been doing some writing, and specifically for me and for
Really? Oh, good.
Yeah, he's got some very funny material. My friends like to joke that my play that I've been writing has been on hold. It was called The Island of Dr. Moron, in which people get shipwrecked and get turned into half drag queen and half animal. But
oh my stars!
I put a pin in that one for now because I'm doing other things. It got a little silly, but
God, the prosthetics and makeup budget
alone.
But either do all of that or just become a recluse and have like a rescue farm for animals. So capybara, animal,
Wow.
sanctuary,
horses, cats, dogs.
There you go. There you go.
If this whole theater thing, as a secondary job doesn't work out.
So the stops at the Bartell. Tickets available for all the shows. You can get that at the Bartell's website.
Yep, Bartell Theater with an RE.org.
Yep.
You can also go directly to my website, which is ohmystarsproductions.com, and there's a link on there. Right now, people usually print programs, but I printed a one sheet with a QR code on it that you can go to our website and you can look at the bios for everybody, and then you can go back and look at the other things, and so kind of saving a little bit, cutting corners there a little bit right now. And
How Gen Z of you.
I know, right?
Very.
I was told no one's going to know how to use this QR code, and I'm like, or you can go to this website and look at it yourself. So.
Excellent. Well, I cannot wait. We're going to go see it tomorrow, matinee.
Oh, yay.
And I will be, right front and center, screaming and yelling and making your lives happy and wonderful and loving, because we love doing that. I'm so happy that you came to join us today. Donovan, see what you missed? See, you could have been. Lizzie, I know you work hard, but, originally we wanted all four of you to come in and do 5 numbers, but, you'll just have to buy a ticket now in order to see.
And Sister Gigi wasn't here either.
Sister Gigi, oh my God.
Our lovely stage manager.
Extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire. Yes. And also, you have less than 2 weeks to sign up to auditions for Iolanthe, which 2 of the 3 of us are involved in this company right here. So go on madstheater.com and you'll see the audition information and the audition to sign up for that show, because again, it'll be at the Bartell and it will be hysterical because it's all about fairies, half fairies, and peerless peers. What more could you ask for in a musical for Gilbert and
Isn't
Sullivan?
there some soon-to-be fairies in it as
There
well?
are always soon to be fairies. Excellent. Well, great. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Showbiz Buzz with moi. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Ben.
Thank you, everybody.